I'm vanilla, baby. I'll you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skillet, baby. And the thing about your boy is I don't like no whips and chains, and you can't tie me down. But you can whip your lovin' on me. That's right, whip your lovin' on me. Young J-A-C-K-A-K-A, Rico like Suave.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs and is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Cardinals. All that and more coming up next.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. I'm Kate Scott, joining me as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL divisional round game. Well, excited, the word that you and I get to use, Brock, as do all these great fans in attendance, but for the players down on the field, I think a better word to discuss in this situation might be pressure.
I don't think there's any question about that, Kate. With every one of these playoff rounds, that pressure just grows. It increases. That Super Bowl gets closer and closer. And your game, well, it's got to increase with it. If you can't take your level of play up a notch from the previous week, can't rise to the occasion and find that extra gear befitting the situation we're in, well, that's the week you're going to be sent home and be a fan like the rest of us.
For a spot in the NFC Championship game, this one is underway. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Hauled in left side. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 31. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Hurts throwing again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that makes it 3rd
timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
On third down, it's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
On to punt on fourth down, it's Bradley Pinion. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, and he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Now Murray on the play fake. Buying some time right. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and ducking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Back to throw, Murray. He's got Harrison. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Cardinals first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage. You plan for, and you go out and execute.
On first down, they'll run. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game.
A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty.
Still first down.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. They'll run here following the penalty. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Play action now. Murray Flushed out of the pocket. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Getting out to his left. Trying for a touchdown here. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Arizona. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! And the Cardinals grab it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another, hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hand off to the back. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with third down and 6 to go.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Gets this one to Harrison. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll run here on first down. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Another carry for him. Still has room inside the 15. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Back to the well again. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Glendale in just a minute. About to begin the second here. The Cardinals definitely thinking points. Here's a give straight up the middle. And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds.
Well, this defense has risen to the occasion. And now, Kate, they put this offense in the unenviable position of deciding what to do on 4th and goal.
Bates' kick is up and good. And that will add to their score.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Grant with this return. This return makes it up to the 25. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Got a man. It's Thomas. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the pistol, Hurts. Rolling left. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and long.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Running back sent in motion left. Now Hurts on 3rd and long. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Cardinals returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Headed out right. Now he takes it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Murray to throw here on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's the handoff. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second down now, 7 to go. They go play action here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he'll knife his way through for a pick of a 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here's an option play to the left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. A very short kick here from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Grant with this return. He lost the football. And the fumble recovery is made. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Now, after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He rolls to his right. He's got it at the 5. And in for the Arizona touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals push the lead to 20. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Eagles setting out their offense one last time in the first half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. On 1st down, Hurts. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38.
63.
1st down throwing for Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So on 3rd down, they're going to go ahead and bring him out to try and get 3 here before the half. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the deficit goes from 20 to 17.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the final play of our first half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. So we're to halftime in this fight for a spot in the NFC Championship game. Now we'll send things over to Orlando, Florida. Jonathan Coachman on standby, ready to deliver the EA Sports Halftime Report.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Carolina Panthers.
In the first half, the Cardinals did what they always do.
and that's rely on their quarterback, Kyler Murray. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Huard.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Return starts at the 3. He's got a lane up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Cardinals back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Give now to the running back. Has room down the left sideline. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals grow the lead coming out of halftime. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals make it a 24-point ball game. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hurts looking to throw. He's got a man left. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. He's on the move. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The field opened up, and he simply takes off. This is a reason that even the quarterbacks are timed in the 40-yard dash at the combine, because the elite, well, they can make a big chunk run just like that.
And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. 9 yards on that play, and they're just a yard out now on 2nd and goal.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's 3rd and goal. Third time's the charm. He gets it again. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Out comes the field goal unit. The Eagles trying for 3. This is a chip shot from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that lowers the lead to 21.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Cardinals and this running back headed back out for a new series. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They hand this one off. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
That one's cut along the left sideline. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On 1st down, they'll run. Down the sideline inside the 30. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Running back sent in motion. Murray looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
He has it on the QB sneak. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cardinals lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now we'll pause for a bit. There's a player who needed some help out there, and that looks like it is Devontae Smith. We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. It's Eagles football, and they trail. Need to fight to keep their postseason going. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. Finding Thomas near the sideline. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Stopped on the play by the rookie from Tennessee.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get 1 step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Hurts throwing again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. On 4th down, Hurts. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And the Cardinals get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop the potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
The home teams and Kyler Murray set to take over. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Murray from the pistol. Escapes out to the left. Taken off with it. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Cardinals keep running away with this. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
They kick the running back in motion. From the pistol, Hurts. Finding Davis. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Pressure coming, it's Hurts. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Throwing here, Hurts. We've got a screen to the running back. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
From the 39. That's incomplete left side. Looking for the back that time. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Hurts. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Eagles hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Ball at the 33 for first down. Now Hurts. Built up this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the 30 on second down. Davis there to grab it. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. All right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
Working inside the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
This one's caught. And this is all for cosmetics as he's in for the late touchdown. The Eagles making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Flush down out to his left. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Buys time, rolling right. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. So the Cardinals pick up the win in this one. And their run through the playoffs has reached the penultimate stop on the tracks. The conference championship game next week. And they're going to need the same type of effort from this game, Brock, to carry forward to reach the end of the line and earn that Super Bowl appearance. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.